Doonesbury creator Gary Trudeau accepted a Lifetime Achievement Award for drawing terrible cartoons embraced by fans of kale. But at the George Polk Journalism Awards on Friday, he said that the cartoons by the Charlie Hebdo staff, who were murdered by radical Muslims, quote, wandered into the realm of hate speech. He added that free speech has become its own fanaticism. Need I remind you, this was actually at a journalism function. But I guess it's easy for him to say. When was the last time Gary ever upset anyone? This twerp has been a beneficiary of left-wing welfare forever, cultivating his career by parroting every progressive trope. He's as safe as milk. What a contrast to the dead cartoonist. Fact is, Doonesbury was as funny as head lice, but it never had to be as long as self-conscious liberals got their assumptions coddled. Here are 3 comic strips funnier than Doonesbury. Kathy?
Yes.
Yes. Family Circus?
Indeed.
Sure. And of course, Mary Worth.
Not sure.
Trudeau said the French cartoons bordered on hate speech. Thanks to the creation of that phrase, hate speech, so-called defenders of free speech now have a way out of defending free speech. Because now ripping Islam is like yelling fire in a crowded theater. Funny how Gary never felt that way about anti-Christian smears. Trudeau is a true Islamophobe, for he holds Islam to a lower standard than the rest of us do. To him, his French peers asked for their murders. Maybe they should have just bravely mocked Republicans instead. Dana, I remember many years ago, you were the subject of a week-long Doonesbury attack.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's brave. I think it was brave that he went after you.
Probably was. I mean,
You're not going to cut his head off.
I'm a soft target, that's
yes.
for sure. I can't remember. I think he was pretty much making fun of me, but I don't remember it being terrible, and I considered it an honor that I must be irritating them on some level.
But I think it's incredibly fearless of him to go after you.
Me.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's not like I'm going to run in and chop anyone's head off or blow up myself.
What was he going after you for?
Who knows? I worked for the Bush administration. He didn't need an excuse.
Yeah. Eric, it's hypocritical, not surprising?
I think you nailed it. How many years has he been doing it? For however long he's been doing it?
Way too long.
Who syndicates him? It's been boring cartoon for 20 years, as long as I've known. Watch it. I don't even read it anymore. But I would think that every cartoonist, every political cartoonist especially, would get behind the Charlie Hebdo people, whether you believe in their ideology or not, or no matter where you are in Islam. It's not even about that. It's about free speech, First Amendment free speech, and the stifling of that should just drive anyone crazy.
Yeah.
He didn't have the guts to do it.
Here's his defense, Julie, that you should punch up and not punch down, and he felt that criticizing radical Islam is punching down, but I would think punching up is going after somebody who could kill you.
Punching up is Dana Perino, I guess? Is that what
punching
up is?
Exactly.
Yeah,
soft bigotry of punching down.
Yes.
Look, I agree with you, and I think I'm very concerned about this whole hate speech thing because I think it prevents free speech. And one person's hate speech is not another person's hate speech. It's a subjective term. And to me, the whole issue of hate speech, quote unquote, and there are certain things that people say that we all would find offensive, but you're allowed to say it. You should always be allowed to say it. The Ku Klux Klan should be allowed to march down the street. Although it offends everybody. You should
Westboro Baptist Church.
Westboro Baptist Church on public property, I hate to say this, should be allowed to protest. Anybody should be able to do what they want to do as part of free speech. And when you start getting into
there's limits, constitutional and otherwise.
Correct. But not this. This is not a limit,
No,
right?
You're not allowed to threaten people's lives or threaten to kill them or, terrorist threats and whatnot.
But saying
they didn't do.
Right, but saying something that somebody finds offensive is your right to do as part of the First Amendment. They're French, obviously. I don't know what their amendments are, or whether they have the same rights that we do. But yes, but I think in this country, at least, you should be able to say whatever you want and not get in trouble for it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this was a, award-winning moment for him. He had an opportunity to say something courageous and make a positive impact. Instead, he looked small and cowardly.
He probably thought it was a good idea when the administration made up that lie about the Benghazi video and arrested the guy in the middle of the night.
Correct.
No one in Hollywood stepped up.
It's the same kind of thinking.